The genesis of EcoDistricts really stemmed from the incoming mayor, Mayor Adams, had traveled to China. He had a lot of sort of developer interest in this community, talking to him about integrated neighborhood solutions. As he was coming into office, asked P+OSI to take lead in developing the EcoDistrict strategy.
At a fundamental level, an EcoDistrict is a framing strategy for a district or neighborhood scale community to get behind environmental performance improvements that will bring them greater community benefit and economic returns. We worked with the city and PDC to identify the 5 areas. They're the Lloyd District, Portland State University, North Macadam, the sort of north part of South Waterfront development, and then 2 in East Portland, Gateway and Lentz.
This is particularly relevant for Portland State because Portland State is a campus in the middle of the city. It's a campus that doesn't own all of its property. We don't own approximately 30% of the property that's in our district today, and as our district grows, we'll probably own closer to only about 60%, so 40% will be privately owned. We're talking about ways that we can use this EcoDistricts model to set up an ongoing governance, an ongoing communication with our neighbors that'll allow us to do things in a innovative and sort of avant-garde way.
We did studies at the Oregon Historical Society of what was here, mixed coniferous forests, certain soil types, certain little streams, and so we kind of modeled that. We said there's so much rainfall falling on the site each year, so much that is then infiltrated, so much is evapotranspirated, and so much runoff is there. Could that then be kind of the model in which we're trying to bring our current system back to perform as?
We're really looking at 2 different kinds of projects. Built environment, which is buildings and infrastructure, and then sort of the social dimension, which are really the demand management strategies, projects that really use people and social capital to reduce energy and resource consumption and sort of change people's behavior so that they're not consuming as much.
I think one of the opportunities for an eco-district is to be not just a district, but actually be exported throughout Portland and other cities in the region to become eco-neighborhoods. And once that begins to happen, the opportunities for involving citizens in the making of an eco-district and an eco-neighborhood are very profound. Can we involve students, faculty, staff, and even some of the folks who are investors and residents around the Portland State campus to be involved in the soft flow design so that this doesn't become completely an expert-driven top-down affair, but it really becomes more of a grassroots, I would say, partnership.
Part of the power of both Portland Sustainability Institute sort of broadly taking on EcoDistricts, and then the way we're framing it up is that it's explicitly a collaborative effort between the business community, local policymakers and within the city, and then higher ed and the support that students and faculty are bringing to bear on the effort. Having close relationships with the Portland Development Commission and the City of Portland and Metro, who ultimately unleash hundreds of millions of dollars worth of investment at neighborhood scales and make policy and set regulatory structure and incentives, having them in the mix right from the beginning is really useful.
It's a very different challenge when you're working within a set of existing buildings and infrastructure and community dynamics to get to ambitious environmental performance standards. So we're really focusing on these sort of enabling strategies of how you mobilize people, how you finance it, what the policy implications are when you're working within this existing system and existing neighborhood that make up the majority of our cities around the world.